Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea news. Once again, lots popping off. Let's get straight into the act. As you can see, there's a picture of Enzo Maresca there. And the news goes something like this. It's coming from Jacob Steinberg. The majority of players remain unhappy that Pochettino has left, and some are understood to have grown unsettled with the constant upheaval. Maresca needs to lift the mood in the dressing room. If you guys remember, I think it was a couple of days ago where I'm pretty sure it was Ben Jacobs who reported that a lot of players are very happy. It might have been Ben Jacobs, might have been someone else. Actually, we know who it was because that particular tweet is out there by Darko. If you guys don't follow Darko, make sure you follow Darko. He put this up saying, no, they're not. And this was a PYS tweet a few days back saying, Chelsea players are excited about Enzo Maresca. They believe momentum is on their side and 4-3-3 should favour this squad, coming from Ben Jacobs, caught offside. And I remember when that news came down and I said, look, yeah, the PR is strong. Look, it's only natural that the players are feeling somewhat subdued about this whole situation of Maurizio Pochettino leaving Chelsea Football Club, parting ways with Chelsea Football Club. It's only natural that these players are not feeling overly happy about the whole, thing that just went down. So look, and this is the thing that I've been saying in recent times. The players will need to move on quick. But we as a club, we as a fan base, we need to understand that these players are human beings. They started to create some form of chemistry right at the end of the season, and it was clear as daylight that they were very, very close to Maurizio Pochettino. Now, some can say that, look, they were just too friendly with him. There wasn't any accountability. We need far more seriousness with the team. It was the players that ultimately cost Pochettino his job. That's what someone's saying. I don't think that's entirely true. I think, yes, part of it is the players not performing when they needed to. I think the other part is Maurizio Pochettino seriously just fell out with the club. He had his own vision. The club had their own vision. Having said that, I just hope, and I've mentioned this in the past few videos, these players, I hope when they come back into preseason can have an open mind. Enzo Maresca needs to be able to get their buy-in immediately. Enzo Maresca has to, be able to connect to them, be able to connect with them. Because if Enzo Fernandez fails to sell his project and how he wants to play football and what he can bring to the players, some of these players are probably not going to come on board straight away. And you can understand this constant chopping and changing. This is not healthy for these players. It's not like these players are from the past where they had immense experience and they pretty much ran the show themselves. These players are young players. This regular changes of management, it's definitely going to be detrimental to them. For example, someone like Enzo Fernandez, who we have big news about, he's gone through at least 4 or 5 managers already. So this is what I've said. This has got a bang for us. Enzo Maresca needs to bang. We cannot, for the first time I'm saying this, we must believe in the process. We must be patient. And Enzo Maresca has to 100% work for us, or else we're in huge, huge trouble. We cannot have another manager be chopped within the next 12 months. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about these players feeling a bit upset about the situation. I'm not surprised. It's very, very natural. Many players were shocked when Pochettino departed, and it is understood that some have grown unsettled because of the constant upheaval. Coming from Guardian, which is Jacob Steinberg reporting from there. Maresca's biggest task as Chelsea's new head coach will be to lift the mood in the dressing room and win over a section of senior players left questioning the club's direction after the departure of Pochettino. Look, we don't have too many senior players anyway. Sterling. I don't know whether you want to consider Reece James and Ben Chilwell as senior. You probably should. And maybe they are questioning it. Ben Chilwell is probably one who will look at this whole change of management and he could potentially feel that his position is up for grabs now. He's probably not going to fit this Maresca style of football. Reece James as well looked like he was connecting with Maurizio Pochettino. Even though Reece James was out of the squad for so long, it did look like he was connecting with Pochettino. So, yes, it is 100% up to Enzo Maresca to turn this around, and we'll see how quickly he can. If it's not quick, then there's going to be issues start of the season, and if it is quick, hopefully we get some results in the early stages of next season. It's very, very important. Now, next up, ladies and gentlemen, got a lot of things to say in regards to Mourinho. There's a particular video, which is this from yesterday's Champions League, presentation where Mourinho was involved. He had quite a few things to say, some epic things that he stated. And this guy's box office. This guy's absolute box office. If you guys haven't seen this clip, and I don't want to put the volume or anything, basically he's saying over here that he doesn't recognize Chelsea anymore. He understands what Spurs are doing. He gets what their goals and ambitions are. He's not really sure what Chelsea's truly doing. When asked, what do you think about Chelsea under the current ownership and how they're going to be moving forward, he's like, I don't know. And he's a bit bewildered as to what the plan is for Chelsea Football Club. And to be honest, look, and there's a lot more that Jose Mourinho says, which we're going to touch base on. It's true, though. There's few ways to look at it, and we're going to explore everything. One perspective is maybe he's sour. Maybe he wanted to come back to Chelsea Football Club, and he just feels a bit sour that he hasn't been considered. And he talks about the fact that, Ancelotti is not a social media manager. Maybe he thinks that the new trend at Chelsea Football Club, we need possession-based football. We need a modern era manager. Maybe he feels cut, that he's been shafted away. And that's one way of looking at this whole situation, that he feels hurt, and maybe that's what he said. The other way is what he stated, I think, is downright truthful. Like, we are sitting here after 2 years under this new ownership, and we've got Maresca in now, and we're potentially going to do some good business in the transfer window. We always tend to do good business, it looks like. But when you really deep it, what is Chelsea Football Club? What are they trying to do? What are we trying to do? 12th in the first season, 6th this season, plethora of managers that's parted ways, whole heap of young players that are coming through, lots of experience have left the football club. What is our plan? What is our vision? A lot of us, off the back of this Enzo Maresca appointment, we are just, I suppose, forcing ourselves to believe and hope that it's all going to turn around. We saw even the shortlist of the managers when Pochettino was parted ways. It was underwhelming. We are just hoping now. At this stage, there's no clear direction. And that's the honest truth. With the owners, the board of directors, there's no clear direction. It's all just taking a shot, a gamble, and hoping that it works out. So, yes, on one perspective, Mourinho is probably a bit salty. And another perspective, what he said is actually true. What he said about Chelsea Football Club is actually true. And I now want to show you the other comments that he's made. And I feel like indirectly he's talking to us. Mourinho, I think this moment Pep laughs off the mess of the other clubs. Yeah, Pep Guardiola, he's looking at some of these other clubs, especially Chelsea, And there are a few other clubs as well. I'm thinking, oh man, what a mess. An absolute mess. It'll take ages for us to even catch up and compete at the highest level. Once again, we're starting things off with a new manager, and I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be easy from the get-go. Maresca plays a very different brand of football. It's gonna require a lot of patience from the fan base, especially the match goers. There's a certain way Enzo Maresca wants to play, and if you deviate away from that, you might as well have not hired him. So, just when we finish the season off with Pochettino with somewhat chemistry, and you think, okay, from here maybe we can launch for next season, add a few more players, get rid of a few players, and right then we've got ourselves yet another new manager. So yeah, look, Pep Guardiola definitely laughs at all of these situations. Jose Mourinho, Ancelotti is not a social media coach. He's a proper coach. He's there on meritocracy. Go to his office and look at his medal. Like, I mean, this is, I don't know who's he's having a dig at. Ancelotti is not a social media coach. We have seen in this modern era, social media era, it's all about the tactics. It's all about the tacticos out there, build up play. It's got to be structural. It's got to be positional based football, possession based football, but positional as well. Yeah, like managers like Ancelotti. I kid you not, there are certain parts of the fan base at Chelsea, they'll say no to Ancelotti because he's archaic, he's prehistoric. But look at what his Real Madrid team's doing. Experience mixed in with youth as well. Ancelotti is no novice. I know Jose Mourinho, look, at the end of the day, he's probably on the decline, but Jose Mourinho, wherever he's gone, he's won trophies. He has won trophies. And look at the way Jude Bellingham reacted to Jose Mourinho yesterday, post-match. Jude Bellingham's 20. The way, the level of respect he was showing to Jose Mourinho, you think some of these kids wouldn't want to be, managed by Jose Mourinho? Of course they would. Of course they would. He's one of the GOATs. Look at the way some of the ex-players talk about Jose Mourinho. I'm just saying, look, there's a particular direction our football club is going, which is obviously youth players, now youthful managers as well. And that's fine, but it's all got to culminate to trophies at the end of the day. Ask Real Madrid fans if they were worried about being dominated against City or in the first half of this game. Ask them. They put trophies above philosophy. And ultimately, that's what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. We can play pretty football. We can have a fantastic philosophy. We can build up nicely. It'll just be like Brighton, really, isn't it? They play pretty football, but they're results don't always go their way. Ultimately, we need to get results. A little bit in regards to Jose Mourinho. Obviously, you guys know he's gone to Fenerbahce. I'm so eager to watch Jose Mourinho at Fenerbahce next season. I'm going to be following them for sure. Look at some of the scenes, man. I mean, the stadium is lit. Apparently on social media, when the interview was happening, well, not interview, when the presentation of Jose Mourinho was happening, there was over 250,000 people live on the network, and then obviously there's thousands, 250,000 people, 250,000 people on social media, and then there's thousands on the stadium and outside of the stadium. It's lit. Fenerbahce and Turkey is just an incredible place for football. It is an incredible place. Jose Mourinho went to the Fenerbahce stadium to introduce himself for 15 minutes, and this is how the stadium looked. Next season's going to be fun, of course. Jose Mourinho, normally coaches are loved after victories. Here, I feel the love even before the victories. Like, the charismatic side of Jose Mourinho is just, he's gonna have this fan base, the Fenerbahce fan base, in strings, and even some of the Chelsea fans. He'll definitely excite us as well. There's no doubt about that. This shirt is now my skin. Like the things like this that Jose says is just oof. It's incredible. And you need to connect with a manager. You do need to connect with a manager as a fan base. Football is passion, and there is no better place to feel it in here. Further goes on to say, Jose Mourinho, I want to help Turkish football improve, but my priority is not Turkish football. It's Fenerbahce. Like, he's so deep in connection with Fenerbahce, and the fans are going to just absolutely love him. From the moment I signed the contract, your dreams are now my dreams. Like, look at the way he's talking. Like, some of these clips, it's just incredible. Fenerbahce is going to be fun to watch next season. 250,000 people are watching Jose Mourinho's first unveiling as Fenerbahce manager. It's really a huge moment for Turkish football, and of course for the club itself. This number does not include people watching at the stadium or through television. Incredible. Now that is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything that Jose said about Chelsea Football Club. Ancelotti, sort of, I think, indirect message to not just us, but he does say it's a trendy thing to do now with all of these modern day managers and whole heap of philosophical style of football and so on and so forth. Let me know your thoughts about all of that. Now, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Enzo Fernandez. We need to talk about Enzo Fernandez because I am getting a bit annoyed about this whole situation. Argentina are trying to convince Chelsea to allow Enzo to play Olympics. Enzo himself wants to go. However, Chelsea want him to play preseason and not miss anything. There will be one last talk. This situation is really heating up now. Enzo blocked from going to the Olympics. Look, I am concerned that hopefully this relationship doesn't get sour. I hope some sort of rectification happens here, some sort of common sense. Hopefully common sense prevails here. I think Enzo needs to understand as well. Chelsea Football Club, I think we're doing enough for Enzo Fernandez, and hopefully Argentina as well. Look, at the end of the day, this guy is at a lackluster season. Let's be honest, he's at a lackluster season. Of course, injury played a huge part, which then he recently got surgery for. Chelsea's fully looked after him, made sure he's had the surgery. Now he's recovering from his surgery. We can see some of the footages on Instagram, and he's put some on Twitter as well, where he's training at, I believe, in the Chelsea training ground somewhere. And he's been, given the permission to go and compete at Copa America, which is a very, very big competition in South America, the biggest competition in South America. He also wants to go to Olympics. And I feel like this is a bit too much. This is now getting greedy. At the end of the day, you are Chelsea's asset. We own you. You need to make sure next season we kick things off with a bang. We've got a new manager in who's supposedly a big reason for him coming in is because of you. We need to make sure we get the best out of you. So we've got someone like Enzo Maresca. And now you want to participate in the Olympics. You're not going to be there for the preseason. Pretty much, like, if he's participating in the Olympics and Argentina goes all the way to the final, he's literally going to come back 2 days before the season starts, the first match. He'll miss the entire preseason. And I think that is unacceptable. I really do think that. And if he's pushing for that, which looks like he is, that's the kind of behavior I don't appreciate. You have to understand, you're playing Copa America, which is a big, big thing. After that, come back. You've just had your surgery. You want to play back-to-back tournaments just after a surgery, only to come back at Chelsea probably cooked. Then what? No preseason, no, creating that chemistry with your existing teammates, the new manager, understanding how we want to play next season. You think Olympics, you want to go to Olympics, you can go to the next one. I get it. Like, Olympics come every 4 years. I understand where, you never know. He may not be available. He may not be on form. But we have to also, we need to look after our well-being, Chelsea Football Club. And Enzo Fernandez needs to understand that. I understand. Like, World Cup winner, if he becomes Copa America winner, is potentially will have the chance to be Olympic winner. Like, that's a feat probably not that many players have done. I fully get that. But I'm sorry, in this instance, I think this is a little bit too selfish from Enzo Fernandez. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about this whole scenario that's going down. Now, some goalkeeper conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea are eyeing Las Palmas goalkeeper Alvaro Valles. Enzo Maresca wants a ball-playing shot stopper between the sticks, Stamford Bridge next season as he looks to implement a possession-based style of football. Look, goalkeeper is 100% we're getting a new goalkeeper because the goalkeepers we have, they're just not up to the level that Maresca needs for a goalkeeper to basically perform his style of play. So he needs the goalkeeper at times to slot in between the defenders and become an outfield player. That requires some level of balls, man. That requires some level of talent. Not every goalkeeper out there has that type of talent. So look, us going for a goalkeeper, I'm not surprised. This particular goalkeeper, ladies and gentlemen, I've got no idea, but there's a lot of high praise about him. Apparently, he's one of the best goalkeepers in La Liga at the moment. He's excellent on the ball. There's some high praise about him that he's absolutely stupendous on the ball. One of the best in La Liga, if not the best in La Liga. And his shot stopping is not bad either. And look, both shot stopping and ball playing, I feel like equally have to be good. You can't be an average shot stopper and excellent on the ball. You have to be excellent on both departments as goalkeepers right now if you want to play at the highest level, especially for a top club. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Alvaro Valles. I don't know too much about him. However, he is touted to be one of the really, really good ones in La Liga. The arrival of new goalkeeper at Chelsea would require an exit with Robert Sanchez, the favourite to depart following George Petrovic's impressive finish to his debut Premier League season. 100%. Look, Petrovic probably deserves to stay at Chelsea Football Club and maybe as a number 2. I think his ball-playing ability is still not up to the mark that Maresca probably wants. Shot stopping, I've got no doubts that Petrovic is very good. In regards to Robert Sanchez, look, honestly, I remember watching him under Graham Potter for Brighton. And he was a decent shot stopper and a good ball-playing goalkeeper. Obviously, when Roberto De Zerbi came in, didn't believe in Sanchez. Maybe his confidence took a decline. Confidence declined and came to Chelsea. It hasn't worked out. He wasn't my biggest favorite to come to Chelsea. I wanted Mike Maignan, if you guys remember. And if it wasn't Mike Maignan, I wanted Onana. I don't know how Onana went at Man United. Robert Sanchez is someone I thought was decent enough. But he's turned out to be an absolute calamity last season. And it makes me think, why have we done this business? Why did we do this business? The whole goalkeeper thing just looks like a mess. Kepa to come back as well, by the way. We need to now land a very good goalkeeper. This is a position where we've just not got it right. Mendy came in and Mendy left. Kepa has been a sad story for us for a long, long time. Robert Sanchez just came in last summer with a 7-year contract, mind you. And it hasn't worked out. And it looks like he's on the way out. Petrovic, yeah, at certain levels worked out, but overall, probably not ready to be Maresca's number 1. So we need to fix this situation up, ladies and gentlemen. Last but not least, Al Ahly still want to keep an eye on for Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku, if it's not Italy, if it's not Napoli with Antonio Conte there, then yes, by all means, please, you need to go to Saudi, and we just don't want this drama to prolong. Like, we need to make sure that Romelu Lukaku situation, this transfer, nonsense that keeps happening every summer with him is done and dusted. 100% need this guy gone. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. Players being unhappy with Pochettino leaving. How quickly can they buy into Enzo Maresca? Enzo Fernandez, what's your thoughts about him and his willingness to participate in all international competition? Jose Mourinho, his comments, and everything else that we've talked about. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.